Welcome back to Road Atlanta. This is round 14 of the iRacing British Touring Car Championship on BSR TV with me, Chris Cohen, joined in the commentary box by Matt Dalton. Welcome back, Matt.
Evening, Chris. Evening, everybody.
And also Damon Harris is our pit lane reporter this evening. Hello, Damon.
Right there, Chris. Good to be back.
And once again, the race is starting a little bit early, but not so early as the last one, so we have a limited amount of time to run down. Hopefully we'll get the scores on the screen for you. Another 10 laps around Road Atlanta to come, but really the only man in the last race was Jamie Rushworth, Matt.
Yes.
He was just unstoppable, pole to flag.
He was.
It was that simple. He doesn't waste words when they're not needed, does Mr. Dalton. But Damon, your views on that? Do you think he was he's going to be the man to beat in the next race?
I believe so. I say the first race was very close, but there wasn't really much opportunity to make a pass too easily. Obviously, Jamie would make it hard for anyone to pass him. From the looks of it, he's certainly on ball. And in the reverse top 10, there's quite a few good drivers to look forward to see exactly what happens.
Well, the scores are now up on your screen. These are the scores coming into this evening's racing, so they haven't been updated from the last round just yet, but not quite that quick on that. Adam Terry led the way coming in, but only by 14 points from the man we were just talking about, Jamie Rushworth for Movie Go Racing. Linus Broström as well, third place in the championship. He is doing extremely well. Not usually a race winner, but give him half a chance and he will do just that well. Hug fourth, and Chepalewski is in fifth place. Just behind them, last season's champion Andreas Katz. Not had the best season of it, had some rotten luck so far. Looking to put that right though, only 71 points adrift. And of course double champion Ellis Stevens as well, 7th place, his eBay Motors teammate there. He's not too far out either, so don't rule him out. He hasn't really been winning races this season, but finishing very consistently nonetheless. Robert Fagg is in 8th place. I'm not sure if he's around tonight. I don't remember him being in the first race. Perhaps you can give us an update on that one in a moment, Damon. Ashley Sutton, CQR Fusion, is in 9th with a strong result in the last race. Simon Field in 10th place. Just coming onto that second page of scores, down to 20th place. Laura Bond drops down the table a little bit, and the Laura Bond fan club won't be pleased with that one, Matt. Down to 11th.
That's not good enough, Laura. Shape up.
Another Bianco in the top 20 though. David Baker, 12th. Robert Plumley, 13th. And Robert Plumley is running our onboard cameras for all 3 races this evening. So if you're watching on YouTube on a computer, not on a mobile or a smart TV because they don't have that yet, but if you're on a computer, you can switch to the camera in his car and get his thoughts and feedback on the race, watch everything from his perspective. That choice is yours, and we'll be hoping to get some word from you on why exactly myself, Matt and Damon weren't good enough for you. Feel free, honestly. Janowski 14th, Johnson 15th, Blaine, another Movie Go Racing driver there, 16th. Christian Rose, another CQR driver, 17th, with CQR fellow Craig Burleson 18th. Hefford having a great season for Triple Eight in 19th place, and Tim Mawson, who did very well in the last race, in 20th. But how about Robert Fagg, Damon? Is he in tonight?
So I've been checking out through the list here, but I haven't actually seen his name, so I think he actually might have missed the first race.
He might have been stubbed out.
Oh dear. It's a Matt Dalton special. Moving on to the team championship coming into this evening, Bianco with a commanding lead, not quite as commanding as it was last time round. Movie Go Racing and eBay Motors are fighting it out for 2nd and 3rd, but really there's a huge gap now back to 4th place Triple Eight and 5th place CQR Fusion. Addison Lee 6th, Speedworks 7th, Dinojet holding their own in 8th place, the mostly Dutch team this season. Shout out to them in their nice orange livery. KX Momentum in 9th place, and CQR Takata, the 2nd CQR team to be in the top 10, also having a good run. So we're about 2 minutes away from the grid now. Let's just have a quick look at that grid. You've got the grid there, haven't you, Damon? Top 10 places are going to be reversed, which puts Baker on pole. And how about the rest of it? I caught you out there, didn't I?
Yeah, bear with me a sec. Right, yeah, sorry about that. I've just got the list back up.
To the professionalism that we bring you.
Yeah, you did catch me out a bit there. I was in the middle of a drink. The top 10 reverse grid is looking interesting. You've got Baker and Chapelewski on the front row. Probably have to watch
so long, Stelly.
Well, Stelly will want to be on the first row. I'm sure he will feel a bit hard done by in the first race. Interesting second row though. Blaine and Brewstrom, two Movie Go Racing drivers on the second row there, Damon.
Yeah, I think they'll probably be the danger men for the front guys in the front row. But they have a huge opportunity to score huge points if they keep themselves obviously out of trouble. And obviously that will probably cause a few issues for the Bianca guys, because obviously they've only got one guy in the top 10, as the other ones are a bit further down the grid. Obviously Adam Terry's actually down in 25th for the start of this race, so hopefully he'll be able to make his way through the field.
Well, row 3 of the grid is going to be Christian Rose and Kevin Critchley. Last season's champion Katz shares row 4 with Stefan Hoog, and Sutton is on row 5 with Rushworth, so
he's going to be spectacular trying to watch Ash coming through, because he's not going to mess around, is he?
Well, that was the...
Are we allowed to crack the pun about Blaine being boxed in?
Oh, it's terrible. You should have waited, but it is terrible. Absolutely awful. Any more gems for us this evening?
Oh, I'm sure they'll come. They just come to me in the spur of the moment.
And just to remind you, the biggest honour you can give us here on BSR TV is that click of that subscribe button, and you can even choose to have a little email go out to you every time there's new videos here on BSR TV. We've got Skip Barbers, we've got Carrera Cup, and we've also got the British Touring Car Championship, as you're watching just now. And a quick time, very quickly, just to mention the forthcoming monthly Oval Series, which is this Saturday, Matt.
Yep, this Saturday, the 7 PM practice start, 8 PM race start from Auto Club Raceway in Fontana, California. Which is the Bargain Booze 300.
And that's going to be live from 8 PM on BSR TV, once again.
It is. It is, and I need to pick up some points on Jake Forster from where he overtook me in round 2, so...
And you're hoping to run in that one yourself, Matt?
I am, yes. I should be there, and like I said, I've got to make sure I finish ahead of Jake.
And the grid is now on your screen for round 14, the British Touring Car Championship at Road Atlanta. And that is David Baker on the front row of the grid alongside Stelly and Chapelewski, who is on the right. Those two green cars, 3rd and 4th, are Brewstrom and Blaine. And then we've got Rose in 5th place and Critchley in 6th. Watch out for Andreas Katz, who you can just see in the back there with the green mirrors, if you can make that out, a little bit small perhaps. And it's Sutton, starting from 9th, is going to be the one to watch off the line. So we've got some lights on now, we're ready to go racing from Road Atlanta for the second time. 10 laps on BSR TV are underway. Off the line, oh, great start from Sutton, he's already looking to make some moves going into turn 1. There's a huge field of cars come down to the first corner, and let's hope everyone can get through there cleanly.
Yep, Stefan Hoog starting this race like he finished the last one with Ash Sutton.
Oh, a huge impact at the back. Oh, I think that was one of the eBay motors has gone off. Is that? Oh, it's Hodges and Smith that have come together. And iRacing Physics.
One of the jet cars has just been spun around as well.
And we got a Bianco going the wrong way. Oh no, what's happened there? One of the Biancos has turned around. That's Laura Bond, who has been turned around right at the very start. Let's go back and have another quick look at that one on the replay, because it all looks so good.
Who was it? He's a dead man.
Yeah.
So it looks like 2 888 cars were actually involved in that one.
So Ash Sutton trying to go round the outside of Katz at the moment here as well.
It was 3 wide. It was 3 wide into the turn 2 at the S's. The dyno jet gets turned around and spins out Bond. She's facing the wrong way in the middle of the track, and that's not the best place to be spun out. Nothing she can do. They're completely powerless to avoid that one. Going back to the front though, here's a challenge for the lead. It's Chapelewski against David Baker. Waste no time in getting that move done. But Sutton's past Katz.
Yep, Sutton was straight round the outside of Andreas Katz in the 2 right-handers at the back end of the track there, which was a typically impressive move. And yeah, Chapelewski will want to make a move here, because I don't think Ash Sutton is going to be too long getting past these guys.
So Blaine's in 3rd. What has happened to Brewstrom? He's right down in 8th. I'm not sure if you can tell us what happened there, Damon. Might have to come back to you on that one.
Yeah, so I'd certainly check it out. I haven't seen any reason why it's gone down the field, but I'll quickly have a look for you.
Rushworth has moved up a position into 9th already, and that gap is already 1 second for Chepalevsky. So Baker might end up being a bit of a roadblock, but look at Ash Sutton, he's right on the back of Reggie Blaine already.
Yeah, Blaine's about to get the monster treatment, isn't he?
Well, Sutton needs a good exit here. He might well wait to the Mazda straight, the main straight on the circuit, to try and get past Reggie Blaine. But he won't wait too long, that one's for sure.
Yeah, this one's going to... We want to keep a close eye on this one. It's going to be magic.
Perhaps a little bit of contact on the back of Blaine's car there. Oh, he might not have the momentum to do it, in fact.
No, I think he'll pick up a good tow here. He's certainly close enough.
Blaine very defensive already, takes the inside line. He's going to force Sutton the long way round. Won't put Sutton off too much though.
No, I think he probably is picking the wrong bloke if he thinks that's going to be enough.
And we haven't seen that much direct competition between these guys, and Sutton's round the outside and takes the position fairly comfortably in the end. Yeah,
another good move. He it doesn't matter whether you go round the outside of you or up the inside of you, he will. He's just coming past, isn't he?
Absolutely. And what about Brewstrom, Damon? Any update on how he lost so many positions there?
Yeah, from what I can work out, it looks like he just got a little bit bogged down with the guys there who managed to get around him. It doesn't look like anyone spun around or caused any damage to his car majorly, so I think it's just an unlucky start by the looks of it.
Well, he's down to 9th, letting his teammate Rushworth swap places with him to go into 8th position. It's all about Jamie Rushworth because he's on the hunt for the championship lead right now. And Hoog is in 7th place, chasing down Andreas Katz. So Katz has got to get past Reggie Blaine himself. You got to feel like Hoog and Katz are the quicker guys here. They might well find their way past Blaine, Matt.
Yeah, but you know, perhaps those two guys are a little too cautious at times, and you know, Ash Sutton, meanwhile, has showed him all the way to do it, isn't he? He's while the rest of them are trying to mess around and give each other a nice little cuddle, he's just going around the outside of them all.
Well, Katz thinks about the move down the inside into the chicane, thinks better of it, but he's going to have Hoog to deal with if he can't get that move done. And
but that's the difference right there, though, isn't it? Is that they're having a look and then thinking better of it, and while they're doing that, you know, the guys like Ash Sutton are just getting on and doing it. They're not thinking about it so much, they're just getting past.
Well, this is an interesting one because Sutton's CQR teammate, well, he's mullered him on that turn 1, hasn't he?
I think that's potentially that's Christian looking next to him and thinking, ooh, best not take him out.
Well, Sutton up to 3rd now as a result of that move, intentional or not, by Christian Rose. And now David Baker is next in his sights. He's like a homing pigeon, isn't he? Absolutely devoid of any kind of sentiment other than overtake the guy in front.
Yeah, that's the thing. He just doesn't see, oh, let's wait for another couple of corners. He just thinks there's an opportunity there. I'm going to stick the car in it.
So David Baker's car is the next target, and it is very close to the front of Ashley Sutton's Kia Optima. As we're on lap 4 out of 10 now from Road Atlanta. Chepalevsky, meanwhile, has extended that lead to over 2 seconds now. And just look at the lap times here. Oh, Sutton's already down the inside, so no real challenge here from David Baker. And Sutton will take that place. 2 places in 1 lap, in fact, to go into 2nd place. Well, how about
that? So he just doesn't mess about at all, does he? No fear of overtaking whatsoever.
And meanwhile, Reggie Blaine holding his own against Katz and Hoog behind. We heard from Hoog in the last race, and it's interesting what he said. It's interesting what he said, Damon, that he's not that bothered about taking individual places off people because it's just 1 point, and that's a complete difference to Ashley Sutton's approach.
Yeah, I think what Hoog is saying is the right thing, though, with the point systems being as the way they are this season. It's usually best to sit behind the car if needed, lose the 1 point, instead of bidding it and probably losing 60 or 59 points.
You see, the thing is, though, you say that, but by being cautious at the moment, well, Ash Sutton has just decided to go banzai and has just overtaken everybody. He's now dropping 5 points in this race to Ashley Sutton, and at the end of the championship, 5 points can be a big difference. You know, you can't afford to just let your rival drive around people while you're messing about.
Well, that is a good point as well. Rushworth right on the tail of Stefan Hoog now. The potential championship leader might well mount a challenge. Yeah, moves over to the... No, he doesn't. Yes, now he moves to the inside. So down the inside of Hoog, coming down a Mazda straight. Doesn't have a lot of ground though. Oh, and that's Robin Smith, the other MovieGo driver, just being overtaken. Nice to have all 4 cars on the screen at one go in that team, but Hoog down to 8. I think
Ashley Sutton's picked a slowdown, actually.
You're right, he is dropping places.
Which is... just goes counter to what I was saying about being aggressive being good, doesn't it?
Well, let's see if we can't
I knew I shouldn't
there it is.
Carnage
so keeping an eye on Adam Terrier, making his way through the field. He's just passed Martin Johnson in the last corner, and he's now up into 17th place, chasing down Plumley.
And he's got 2.5 seconds to get back on the tail of Robert Plumley and gain the next position. That was, yeah, we did see on the replay there Sutton going over the curb with all 4 wheels, and that's why he got the slowdown penalty, and he's now dropped down to 8th place. So he's going to be, well, he's dropped 6 positions for that one slowdown penalty. He'll be kicking himself for that one.
It's a particularly brutal penalty on this track. It's one of those places that when you do make a mistake there, the game absolutely buries you for doing so.
David Baker holds on to 2nd place. Christian Rose is just half a second behind. But look at this, Chepolewski 3.6 seconds to the good at the front of this field, and with 4 laps to go, it'll take a horrendous mistake to do anything to keep Chepolewski from winning this one.
Yeah, he's on a Sunday drive now, isn't he?
Saves the quickest car coming into this in the practice session, so I think he's in a very good position right about now, as long as he keeps it all together.
Well, our timing system seems to have got a little bit haywire there, but it looks like well, Christian Rose is now look at this, there's so many cars. Oh, too wide, Katz. Oh, Katz is off. Rushworth makes contact with Katz. Oh well, both drivers recover. Katz down to 5th, Rushworth down to 8th. That's Dan Hunt. Is that Dan? No, that's Katz going
gone off. Katz has gone off.
Katz has got damage. Must have damage, surely.
I think Stefan Hoog's about to get the animal treatment again as well.
Well, let's go back and have another look at this from Katz's point of view. Sorry, Matt. Just coming into that final corner, Katz is on the inside here. Rushworth is on the outside, and Rushworth has got a lot more speed there, but looks to make contact with the back of Katz's car. Yeah, it's difficult to say, but it was an aggressive move anyway.
It's a tough one. I mean, that's a corner where if you're trying to run the outside and you're expecting to go on the inside to hold a tight line, it's almost never going to happen. You're always going to run wide here because it pinches on the exit. So,
and how much of it is down to the driver that's currently behind to realise that car's going to have a slower exit?
Well, you know, a lot of it. He's got eyes, and he's got a car in front of him that he can see what's going on.
David Baker.
Stefan Hoog is action replay from the first race there.
Rose has managed to defend it. By the looks of that, yeah, he's managed to hold on to 2nd place there.
Well, hardly anything to focus on.
This is exactly what I was saying earlier, though, right? Ashley Sutton's just made exactly the same move on Stefan Hoog as he did in the first race. The guys who were saying, "Oh, I'm just going to try and get a point and finish where I am," Ashley Sutton knows every single time he throws a move at him, they're going to jump out of his way.
Well, Hoog is now 1 place worse off as a result of that, but well, Sutton getting very sideways coming into the S's there, and Hoog's right on his tail in that white eBay Bianco car there. He's not letting go, but Sutton has now got his sights set on Reggie Blaine, who has been having a fairly quiet race to himself in 4th place.
Yeah, he seems to like spending time on his own.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he's on his own, but he's just doing a very good job of just holding his position while everyone else around him seems to be falling apart. Katz down to 11th now, has to give up the position to Dan Hunt. I think Katz must have some damage there, but probably thinks it's not worth making the pit stop at this stage of the race.
No, it's probably correct as well. I think if you take a pit stop now, it's going to hurt a lot.
Well, that's the view from the back of Christian Rose's car.
About to make a move again, yeah.
Sutton's going to have to go the long way round if he wants to get past Reggie Blaine. Well, he's pulled the same move again, hasn't he?
Yep. he doesn't. If you go defensive there, he doesn't care, does he? He's just going to go, oh, I'll go around the other side then.
Reggie Blaine losing 3 positions there, also losing out to Hoog and Rushworth as a result of that. So it does seem to be the better strategy to take the outside line down the Mazda Straight and into the chicane.
Yep, he's just... The thing is, you can't say that it's anything dodgy with it either. He's just a very, very good overtaker, isn't he?
He is, and he hasn't put a foot wrong overtaking so far. It's been that slowdown penalty that has prevented him from catching up with Stelian Chepelevsky, who is now 6.5 seconds ahead of second place. With 2 laps to go, it looks like it's in the bag for the number 2 car.
David Baker is about to get the treatment as well.
Oh, Sutton down the inside. We're not used to seeing him go around people there, but still side by side. So Sutton will take it on the second of those 2 corners. But Baker's now going to have the draft down the Mazda Straight, isn't he?
He will, but he's got Stefan Hoog all over the back of him, so I think he's going to have to defend that one.
Now Hoog's chosen to go around the outside. Maybe he's taken a tip out of the book of Ashley Sutton and is looking to make... Well, he's clear before we get to the corner. So Baker lacking a bit of speed.
Sutton going down the inside just to prove that the outside's not the only line he can use.
Well, I do think Rose might have moved over there. That was even easier than he normally makes it.
I'm not sure he moved over, but he's certainly not going to fight his teammate as hard as he would anybody else's.
Lifted slightly early, shall we say.
Yeah, it'd be nice to Ash.
The championship leaders definitely on the move. There's about 4 or 5 cars all together here. Got a championship leader coming into this race, obviously. Adam Terry's he's driving around the outside of people, left, right here. He's trying to keep up with his position. I think he's made his way up to 14th place now.
He's gone past Tim Mawson and our camera car. Oh, and a camera car's got contact with Richard. Oh dear, Richard Wilde. And who's that's collided with him? Is that Martin Johnson?
Yeah, I think that was Martin Johnson that hit him there. I'm not too sure.
Well, let's go back and have a look at that on the replay if we can, from the point of view of Martin Johnson. Now Richard Wilde and Robert Plumley, the red and the blue cars there, as you see. Richard Wilde turns in at the regular point, perhaps doesn't realise Plumley's there, and Plumley's got nowhere to go. The 2 cars get together, and Johnson's already entered the corner at this point. That's the problem. Makes contact with the front of Plumley's car. Boom. That is a nasty impact for him to have to deal with.
Medic.
Well, he's still going. He's down to 17th, Richard Wilde is 16th. It has put Plumley... I don't know where he's gone. Plum last. He's 30th, so he's had to take the toe.
Night, isn't he?
That's, yeah, no comment on that one.
Down 17th place there.
Over the line, Stelian Chepelevsky for Addison Lee takes the checkered flag to win race 2 of the evening, convincingly as well. Sutton takes second. Rose third.
Terry's made his way through there.
Yep, he's...
Oh, there's going to be some side-by-side action to the last corner here between the 2.
Side-by-side with Tim Mawson.
Oh, Terry just about takes it. A little bit of door banging involved in that.
Good fight back from Adam Terry, yeah.
Yeah, it's 9
really
places
impressive.
again there. He started, no, 10 places. He's even more than that. He started in 25th and he's made his way up to 13th in that race.
Well, of course, it would have been better for Terry had he managed to finish 10th, because that would have given him pole in the last race, but impressive form nonetheless, and let's see if we can't get some results up on the screen for you. Chepelevsky takes maximum points in that second race, and a hugely aggressive Sutton moves from 9th to 2nd to take another podium spot. His sister CQR team member, if you like, Christian Rose, takes 3rd place, Hoog in 4th, Baker 5th, Rushworth 6th, Blaine and Brewstrom 7th and 8th, so Movie Go taking 6th, 7th and 8th in that race. Critchley 9th and Katz in 10th, and once again not the best race for Andreas Katz, Matt.
No, a little bit overshot. He's just he never seemed to have got the hang of this since they changed the tyre model on the car in the series. It just seems to be struggling to come to grips with it a little bit. Meanwhile, Ash Sutton certainly wins spectacularly for the day, doesn't he? And his reward for that fight back to 2nd place is he now gets to start 9th again.
He gets to start 9th in the final race, but you know, never know. Like on this current form, we might well see him take the win in the 3rd race, and we might well hear from him right now. Ash, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How you doing, Chris?
9th to 2nd. What a drive. You seem to have mastered the art of the outside overtake at the end of the long straight there.
Oh yeah, you just got to sell them the dummy. Not all, no, they don't always go for it, but at the same time, if they do, you've got an easy gap because you're going back into a right-hander.
Well, we heard from Stefan Hoog in the last race, and his strategy really was to just hold on to what he's got. Don't push for overtakes. There's only 1 point in it, but your strategy seems to be entirely different.
Well, you know me best, don't you? You guys sitting here watching it. It's, as soon as I catch someone, if I get a sniff, then I'm there. So I'm making the most of every gap I get.
And those overtakes on Christian Rose, your CQR effective teammate, seem to be slightly easy. Was there a little bit of throttle lifting going on?
A little bit. Not so much from his end, but we work together. That's part of the team. So that's a bonus.
Effectively CQR 2 and 3, but once Chepalevsky got away, there was really no catching him, was there?
Yeah, no, he drove very well. He his gap early on, which was the idea. He pulled his gap. I was hoping that if I stayed in second without getting my slowdown, then I was going to try and pull the gap in, but he was consistent, so that's the main thing.
And the aim of quite a few sim racers, I should imagine, is to actually dabble in the world of real racing, but that's something that you've actually managed to secure in a Formula Ford drive for the coming season in real life, which is quite a commendable achievement. And how are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, looking forward to that. We've been doing a bit of testing over the winter, not a lot compared to the other drivers, but pace is there, so we'll see what happens at round 1.
And that's going to be televised, I assume?
Yes, it is. It runs alongside the touring cars, so it's going to be on ITV4.
And that's coming up later in March from Brands Hatch Indy, is it?
Yes, it is Brands Hatch Indy. That's it, on the 29th and 30th of March.
So some more chances to see Ashley Sutton in action, in case you're not excited enough by his driving this evening. So 9th place again on the grid for race 3. Can you win this next one?
We'll see. It's all about who's placed where. I don't know where Jamie's going to be placed on the grid for the first one, so he's going to be further up than I am. It just depends if I can make the jump at the start again and pick up the places.
Well, we'll keep an eye on you. Thanks for joining us, Ash.
Lovely. Cheers, guys.
That is Ashley Sutton there for CQR Fusion, and also a Formula 4 driver this season, so that'll be one to watch out for on the ITV4 if you live in the UK, or you can get it some other way. The touring car season is not far away, is it, guys?
No.
Let you go first.
No, you carry on, mate.
No, I've been keeping a close eye on the testing in the British touring cars and the ITV's plans for televising it and stuff. So it'd be interesting to watch Ashley Sutton in his racing as well. And obviously the touring cars will probably be just as action-packed, and probably expect the same as what we pretty much saw last year. So I reckon it'd be a very good season. That's
of course the real life equivalent, the actual touring car action, as opposed to the virtual version here on iRacing. But some interesting drivers there. Fabrizio Giovanardi and Alan Menu making their return this season, which is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's always great to see the old has-been. Older, more experienced touring car drivers coming back. It's not like there's a good field of good British drivers behind them who could have been taking up those positions, is it?
Well, it depends if they can justify their position with some race results, which is yet to be seen. But meanwhile, we have one more race to come this evening from Road Atlanta. That's round 15 of the British Touring Car Championship, which is coming your way in about 10 minutes' time here on BSR TV. You'll need to tune to the next video to get in on the action, so you can tune to it whenever you like, and then go get yourself a nice cup of tea or a nice beer or whatever it is you enjoy, and
bag of wine gums.
Bag of wine gums, yeah, why not? So from me and Matt and Damon, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the other side.